I hate about this today? Uh, no, the teams are somewhat competitive, and there really is a bad thing for the Pirates. It's the fact that every single one of these teams has only two colors: red and yellow. Why? Why? You got the West that has like five different colors. The East has at least four. No, well, maybe it's three, but no, we're stuck. We're stuck with just two. Oh yeah, the Brews might have some blue. Yeah, sure, fam. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, because that's way too dark. But yeah, welcome back. Um, I will say this month is the most jarring in a while, mostly because the issues that I thought, okay, maybe I was overreacting on in saying that this late season, like late May drop could be a precursor to some dumb fuck shit. Apparently, I was a bit too on the nose and a bit too on the cuff. Right, 12.6% chance to win the World Series. That doesn't factor into. Let's move on to starting off with the end of the Red Series, where we win 7-3. Italian puts in a performance, that's for sure. I mean, hey, we'll take the allowing two. But whatever, it's fine. Surely he'll have better appearances than that, right? And then we go up against the Nationals. Another Bush, another 8-3 victory. Then we lose. We just randomly get shut out. Boyd was pitching a gem, and yet we get shut out by a guy with the last name of Gore. That man is 3-8. How are we doing this? But then we won the next game 7-1. So obviously the offense has been showing through. It's clear that the relief pitching is a lot better than I thought it would be. I don't get why, but hey, take it, take it, I guess. And then we go at the Tigers, and yeah. So only scoring one, and the start in which one of our bad starters went 7 innings. Just so happens that Screwball was pitching against us. But hey, 6-1. Our offense, it's back in shape. Italian actually doing something for once. Suzuki, 2 home runs on the day. That's an awful lot of home runs. And almost every single score is based off of a home, well, all of them. But, surely this will help. But no, we got shut out. Yeah, shut out. It's what happens when you rely too much on the long. Just eventually get outfly. And then going at the Phillies, losing in 11 innings because once he decides to fall off for once. He has a 1.86 ERA, but it's 0-2. Damn, damn, damn. But, offense finally back in shape, can't get swept. Beat the Phillies 8-4. We have the momentum, hang into it. Shit, even fucking Murray McGuire is pitching in. No, 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 no. We get lose. Okay, man, where's the number 44? Just kidding. Or whatever. But now we have punching bag. Pirates. We should sweep. Keyword is we should, but it is a 4 game series, and you know dumb things happen. But clearly, the first one, 3-2. Obviously, the offense is things, but hey, they have rock solid pitching from Talion, so maybe they'll get the pace, pick themselves up. Definitely more Talion wins in the future, right? Right? But then we lose in 10 innings to the Pirates. We lose on a sacrifice fly. IKF. Jesus. Our only RBI was based off of a fielder's choice. And not actually all runs were scored on not RBI. So that's something. Hey, then we reversed the score. 2-1. Boyd. Good game, boy. The only give up is a home run. And that's totally fine when it's a solo one. And then the final game goes into 10 innings again. This time we take home the 3-2 victory for the second one in the series. It's funny because we scored two in the first. Well, they scored two in the first, then we scored two in the first, and then it took 9 innings for someone to break. Lexan, congrats on your victory. But whatever. We got the series win. Surely we'll have more uh, during the rest of the month, right? And then we get a day's rest to go play against the Brewers to try and fend them off. Now, at this point, we have a 6 game lead over them. I think the Cardinals were closer. Keyword is I think. I'm not entirely sure. But hey, first game, 5-3. Wow, that's so amazing. PCA with a solo home run, Suzuki to game end them. It was actually PCA with the game end them. Then we get the next day. Oh, postponed. And mind you, it's not to the next day where we could have a good old fashioned double header. It is postponed to August 18th. I don't get that. I'm going to be real with you. I don't get why would you delay something like that? Who wins? When it's the second game. Maybe if you delay the third game in the series to, months from now, but what's the point? What is the point? And then we just lose the next game. So it's a 1-all draw for the fucking yeah, we even tried down 8-3. So sad. So sad. But hey, Mariners, they are definition of mid. They only have one hitter, and then that guy smokes the shit out of us. That guy. Molly, that man is scary. Who's this man out hitting like fucking anyone? This makes no sense. But hey, 10-7, our pitching is not doing great after that you know that adventure. I mean, 4 innings from Italian in the last Brewery game, and then 9 runs given up against that team, but it was more of an even effort with Presley finally getting his first blown save and then giving up 7. But hey, you know what? We won because we scored 10. All you got to do is just outscore your opponent. So clearly the offense just needs to turn up a notch. Allow Kate Horton to eat innings. When is anyone going to get to 5 innings? I don't know, but hey, but that doesn't fucking matter. Then we give up 14, 14 in the next one. Rhea, 7, 7 runs. Well, that's not as bad as what Pearson did. 5 runs. He ended the day with a 12.66, and he's never been seen again. He got sent down the next day. Well, at least he got the Cardinals in the 4 game series, right? Nope, nope, nope. 8-2. 8-2, where Brown gives up all of them. This is where I just don't know. I just don't know why of these past couple of days has starting pitching imitated pin. It just doesn't make much sense. But then we get to the next game. And Italian, dude, Italian, really, 8 runs in 4 innings? Are you kidding me, dude? Oh, why do we not have any starters? Hi, hi. Oh, it's Boyd next, and we shut him. Wow, it's almost like you only really need to go 6 innings, and suddenly the bullpen just magically shows up to give up nothing. Wow, it's a crazy revelation out here. How? Wow, God help me. Hey, we shut out the Cardinals again. I don't know how, but we shut out the Cardinals. Pretty amazing stuff. That's what happens when Imanaga starts pitching. Yes, Imanaga is finally back. Missed you. I still miss Steely. Right. Now we got the Evil Empire. Motherfucking Evil Empire. Game one. Failure. Failure. Just old man, Cam Smith, the guy that we drafted in 24. Boom. Just rings up court. But somehow Flexen goes 4 innings. I don't know how or why this man exists, but I feel like he should actually be starting games. Then the next game on national TV, we actually do something. 7 runs scored. Wow, a good amount of solo home runs. A walk around in the first inning. And everyone had a good day. Rhea was able to minimize his mistakes for once. And we're happy with it, right? We're going into game three with all the momentum. We just scored 12 runs. And we score nothing. We score nothing. We score absolutely nothing. That is our third shutout of the month. Third. That first shutout was against the Nationals. Fucking Nationals, dude. And that's how the month ends. With Jose Altuve hitting a home run in the fifth inning to send our starter out of the shadow room. You may think that only having our starter out there for 4.2 innings and only giving up 2 runs is a bit hard. But that's before you see him throwing 107 pitches. And now this is where I have to finally defend Craig Counsell on this decision. Some fans were a bit livid, including my dad, for keeping him in the game as long as possible. But the thing is that he had to get to that through that inning because the bullpen is eventually going to get to fail. After all, they weren't really expected to do much. First month of the season, who needed them? Just hit dingers for days. Now we need him desperately to do something. And it was the slump I was fearing just a month late. And now everyone in the division is fucking caught up with us. From having a 7 game lead to it to be boiled down to a 2 game lead. And I was hearing a bunch of reference oh, the Dodgers, they have been slumping, quite badly. Oh man, that we should know. No, actually they've gotten fucking good this. dumbass. Like, oh, the Yankees. Oh, oh yeah, the Yankees. They've had a pretty mid, like, Jesus Christ. They got swept by the Angels. Like, yeah, that's pretty bad, but they bounced back at least. I mean, getting shut up by the Athletics is pretty bad, but you know, shit happens. Shit happens. You know, they've at least seemingly recovered in their offense at some point, and they still hold a 1.5 game lead over the Rays, who just gave up 22 runs to the fucking Orioles. But hey, whatever. It, and then the Tigers, they have suffered absolutely no slump. I don't get it. Why is this team so successful? And then the Astros. We tried to help the Mariners. They have done jack shit. So we are in the worst slump out of every single one of them that helped the division, minus the Mets. I will contend that the Mets have had a worse slump. Jesus fucking Christ, you lost to the Pirates. Why? How? Ugh. Hmm. Pirates? Pirates? What? Oh, we option. We just needed more miners. Okay, cool. Thanks, boys. But now, where to go from here? Well, first game, first games are against the Guardians, then the Cardinals, then the Twins, then the Yanks, the Red Sox, the Royals, White Sox, Brewers. Realistically, we have to win the White Sox, Red Sox, Royals, Twins, and Guardian series. Try and win the Cardinals series, and just hope that the Brewers and Yankees suck. I don't know how anyone could have seen this outcome not happening, but if we are still in this slump after the All Star break, if our offense still cannot get back to what it was, and we just realized that the early part of the month where we were just slamming all these bad teams, good teams, actually, we were just killing them, and it was just a fucking push, dude. I never hear the end of it, people. Hmm. But, you know, it's only been under a decade since we last won the World Series, or did really anything at this rate. At least we have that to hold on to. 2016 World Series now that I don't have at this point. I just want a season for once where there isn't some month-long slump that makes me want to cry to 10,000 bowls of Cheerios. Like, I get there's a crap ton of worse teams. I get that. But for the most part, they have had seasons where, the expectation has been the exact same for the end of them. Maybe they have a little blip up, but they kind of stay consistent. Flip up, flip down, and then they just go back. This isn't a blip. A month is not a blip in the eye of a month is a month. A month is still a month in baseball. That's 26 games that they went 500 in. 26. That might matter for the postseason. Yeah, especially when we have, no tiebreakers involved with, to see if, I don't know, if we get third place, we have to play in the fucking wild card. If we hit second, we don't have to play in that round. I know. Revolutionary. Tiebreaker. Just kidding. We'd still have to play in that. But we get an either team. I just, I feel like, I just feel like we need to hope that these other teams also decide that it's time to imitate the Pittsburgh because, like, really, really, are the Cardinals and Brewers this good? Maybe. I don't know. Are the Reds really 5.5 games back good? Maybe. But it's concerning that we're even to the point where the Reds are closer than what the Brewers are like half a month ago. Do we want to be like the Mariners and blow 10-game leads? I don't know, I'm just asking questions. I just want to ask questions. Before the trade deadline, we have to get a starting pitcher. I don't fucking care who it is. You just have to get it for good value, doesn't fuck up our future, and is actually able to start right away and kick out either one of Rhea, Brown, or Talion. Kick out one of them. And to be fair, I would rather kick out the middle one because as of now, our starting pitching is clumped up into two very good spots and then three, ugh, like, no offense, Brown, Rhea, and Talion. You could probably be pretty good as long relievers. You know what? We already kind of have one of them in Flexen. So really, I don't know why the fuck we aren't trying to at least start Flexen in one of these games. Maybe he just doesn't feel like starting. Feel like you could, start a bullpen game if we really need to. Like, sir, I know you do these 10-game IO shenanigans. Just do it with one of them. Make him miss like a start. See what the fuck happens. I don't think it's that hard. Obviously, it's hard, but like, I don't think it's that hard for them to try and change something. It's obvious that change happens within the lineup very slowly. I don't get why we need data to understand these pitchers turning to soup for this past half month. And I get it's only like 2 or 3 states, but we already sent one man down to the minors. Why can't we send down more? I get we don't have any pitching down, like at least ones that are ready to start. I don't know, man. Something has to be better, right? Right? And rather than just keeping this dumb system, right? It's hard to like switch around pitchers days. But we just got a day break. You can switch like Imanagas and whoever the fuck is behind him. Doesn't really change like the starting order of like who's better. It's more of just like who's actually because at this point, if we're gonna have to roll into the rest of the year with just Imanaga and Boyd being our only good pitchers, we don't even know what the fuck Asada is gonna be doing by the end of this year. Like, is he going to actually be an effective starter? Yes. I'm just tired of seeing what I feel like is just the same shit. A lot of solo home runs, a lot of the pitching, the starting pitching, just deciding to not care. A lot of just the offensive inconsistency and that weird stretch where the defense was just being bad. Like that was weird, but like we corrected it somehow. So I don't think about it as much. It's just find a starter. I don't. If we have to take from the Pirates, sure. If we have to take from the Marlins. There's a lot of things that come from those organizations that are actually pretty damn good. Like they're stupid out there. They at least have draft picks. That's what I should say. I don't know. You guys let me know. But yeah, thanks for staying around for my rant. Uh, Tune in next month where hopefully we have fixed this slump. I hope we have anyway. I like when the offense when the offense is doing well, the rest of the team is not as much. You know, see boys, they die, and girls. I guess that could be both.